How you going? We're going to jump straight into a very much asked question. Loaming for gold. Yes, it's, supposed to allow you to find gold. And the famous book, Loaming for Gold by Sam Cash, is all well and good. But how do you take a loam sample? This is a question that many people have asked. What constitutes a loam sample? Where do you take it? How do you take it? How deep, etc. So we're going to jump straight in and I'll show you how it's done. First of all, proviso is that somewhere out there you have a source of gold, a source in the rocks below the soil, which is being actively eroded. So it's actively eroded right now with every rain. The source is being eroded and those very, very fine particles of gold are coming down this little slope, and they're here in this soil in front of us somewhere, we're supposing. So all you're looking for is to get a representative sample of the soil and sand that's moving right now. Okay, so this is how it's done. I usually take about that much circular loam sample. I don't need these big rocks. You can just wipe them away. And then all you do is scrape. Just gently scrape the surface. Like that. About the weight of the pick. Scrape it. And there is your loam sample, which goes into a very, very clean dish. Remember that. The dish has to be super clean. Otherwise, you are wasting your time going on a very big merry-go-round. No more questions. Just wanted to show you this site. A few years ago we found 16 kilos of gold nuggets here. What was the gold in? It was in this stuff. Can you see that? Pizzolites. Pizzolitic gravel. Never discount a place like this. Some of the biggest nuggets I ever found were found in this stuff. It's worth remembering. Pizzolites. And that brings us to the question of what this is. I just showed you the pizzolitic gravel. As you can see here, it's usually that size. That was the clue in the last video. Size of peas. And then you've got one of these, which is a kind of giant pizzolite. It's actually a weathered gabbro ball. I won't get into how I know that, but yeah, it's an odd looking thing. Rather large pizzolite. Alright, while I'm here, hope you guys remember what a foliated rock looks like. Foliated rocks look like that. Massive rocks or unfoliated rocks are like that. So quartz veins in this kind of rock is called a brittle fracture, and quartz veins in these kind of rocks in shear zones, and it's a brittle-ductile fracture. So quartz veins in this, brittle-ductile in this, brittle. And never can tell is in a brittle fracture or multiple parallel brittle fractures. Alright, beautiful day here, and that brings me to the offer. Basically, many people have written in emailed me asking to come over, do some detecting, and you know, share the proceeds, use my expertise and so on. I can't really do that, okay? I don't mean to be nasty, but or you know, presumptuous, I guess. But because I've had so many requests and offers and so on, I'm going to put an offer out to you. I'm opening an avenue for expressions of interest for the Starion Gold project, which was the topic of my last video. So watch this and think about whether you want to be involved in a real exploration project which could have a very significant upside. Okay, we're heading down south from the Never Can Tell down to the Starion Gold project. Now, I'm asked very often by many people, you know, if they can come over and visit me and work with me and share in the proceeds. Now that's all very well and fine, but the problem with that is, well, I'll leave it to you to think about what the problem with that would be if, you know, dozens of people wanted to come over and do the same thing. I think it would be very, very messy. That doesn't mean I don't let people come over and have a look at the geology and look for gold for a few days. That's not a problem. In fact, I'm quite happy to accept visitors, have a chat and talk about many things, including other than geology. For example, the present day politics around the world, the artificial depression of the gold price by the Federal Reserve in the US using shorts. And all right, we're here down at the Starion Gold project. This is it. We're just coming up to the east-west boundary fence here. We're going to turn left and I'll show you the reverse cycle drilling we did here. This is after we completed the 746 geochem holes. So we'll pick one of the drill lines here. We've had a bit of rain, so I'll try and navigate around the big mud pools. Well, not so big. Okay, here we go. This is the longest drill line. See that right in front of us there. There's SRC4 and SRC5. They were drilled at about 70 meters apart from memory. Sorry, that should be, they were drilled at 35 meters apart. So that's SRC6. If we go here, let's try and navigate back up here. Okay, this is the main drill line. SRC7. SRC8. SRC9, SRC10, SRC just there, 11. SRC 12. Just stop here. So just looking back now, yeah, these are the actual holes. They're all angled to the south. I don't know who keeps taking these plugs out. It should be really inside. Because we may re-drill this, they haven't been plugged permanently. But we're standing on the area of the 3 kilometre by 1 kilometre gold in soil anomaly. Very significant anomaly. Goes from way up there about 1.5 kilometres across here and 1.5 kilometres that way, and about 1 kilometre wide. What that means is the gold in soil is very anomalous. In fact, it goes up to, I think the highest we got 413 ppb. If you think about it, anything over 12 ppb is anomalous for this area. So we went ahead with Salisbury Resources and drilled 51 RC holes in total. And we found a myelinite zone down here to the south. I think it's on SRC 6 and SRC 17, 18 and SRC 28, 29 over that way. So let's get out here and have a look at one of the subjects of the drilling. A couple of holes that we put in underneath this mine here. We call this Pit 50, one of the numerous historic mining pits. Here it is. One of the first things you should notice here is the absence of any rock on the top. It's just a big hole in the ground. But where are the rocks? Well, they've been processed for gold. So it's one of the things that drew my attention. And I'll just take you down there and show you why all the dirt is missing. That'll be obvious in a minute. Just take a look. The alteration right there. That's got all gold in it. Iron bands, that's a beauty there. On there. Oh, very visible. Lovely. There's a good one that shows the banding. Hope you can see that. There's actually light and dark bands in that. That's a myelinite. So this is the stuff in the mine down south on the Starion Gold project. You can see there's sulfides in there, oxidized now, but right through that. In here, the red. This one here. This here. Still can see some pyrite in there. And yes, this is part of the gold lode. All of this rock carries gold. The iron oxide bands are probably going as high as 30 grams a ton. 300 meters plus long, about 5 meters thick myelinite, which contains significant gold. up to 10.7 grams in channel samples at the Pit 50 mine, and then significant results at depth. The thing I should tell you about this area is that, or this work in this area, is that it's not complete. The first phase or first pass RC drilling was done and was done by Salisbury. I was the exploration manager, and they financed the project through a Chinese investor who was supposed to come in and provide, up to $5 million in exploration funding. However, that fell through, so we're stuck with only the first pass RC drilling being completed, and really what it needs is a second phase to test the northeasterly trending faults and shears. So I'm opening an opportunity for somebody out there among the viewers, you people, to have a go with me and together to continue the exploration on these leases at depth and some other targets on the blocks with some further drilling, etc., to see if we can come up with an ore body which would be beneficial to us all. Now, I must mention there's also a number of gold patches, patches of alluvial gold nuggets found here. In fact, one just over to the southeast is being worked by numerous people coming in and out illegally. I just heard recently there's probably about a couple of hundred nuggets found out there. So, yeah, very exciting place. I hope I've upped the ante and put the ball in your courts, and let's see what your response is to this offer. Now, you may be wondering what I'm expecting. Well, I can just tell you that we've spent about $300,000 in exploration here. My ex-chairman tells me the lease is worth at least a couple of $100,000 considering what was spent on it. But we're not after any huge money. We're after somebody who has a genuine desire to make a go of this, and is not afraid of taking a bit of a risk. And of course, all exploration is done with risk capital, as you can imagine, but every now and again the rewards are enormous. So, without saying too much, I'll just let you guys think about it and let me know on my contact email address what your interest may be. Put forward some expression of interest, maybe an offer of some kind, and we'll have a look at those offers and get back to you. Okay, from the glorious West